Well, good morning. George Adventure here. I'm going to do another little quick video, video on leather. And I'm going to dye. I'm going to dye some items, two items. This is a Zippo lighter sleeve. This is a Zippo lighter case. Put in your pocket. I'm gonna make some. It's got the belt things on them. So, but these are small items, so I'm gonna go over the dyeing. It's timber brown. Some pretty dye. So for these, I'm gonna use a small applicator. I've got some large ones here also, kind of compare. I also use sponges. I use sponges for dyeing also. Here's a large applicator. Here's a small one. I don't need a large one for this small stuff. I've already got this one sewn and it's black thread, so I'm not gonna worry about the dye. But this one I'm gonna dye first. And then I'm going to then I'm going to sew it because I'm going to use red. So basically you just dip it in, okay? You just get your little area. I always put a piece of board down. You just want to do, you know, real light strokes like this. I'll put a coat on. Then I'll let it dry, and then I'll check and see if it needs another one. So just keep doing your swirling motions. Just dip it a little bit more. Get around the edges here. And this dye, make sure you get your edges here also. So you wanna dye your edges. Come across. Come on top. Just get your edges, make sure everything's filled in. And I'm gonna go to the back, right here. And it's not gonna hurt this eyelet to get some dye on it because it'll wipe right off. It's not gonna dye the eyelet. You can take it, once you get it dyed, you can take a rag and I'll show you. It's nice little strokes. You know, in this vegetable tan leather, you may have some imperfections on the dyeing process. It's just the way that leather does sometimes. Doing it by hand also. Let me get this part. This is the rough side of the leather, but I put it on this side. I put the smooth right here and right here. So you can get down, if you want to, you can get down inside. You can get down inside here if you want to, no biggie. Make sure any edge you dye, any edge. And again, it's not gonna hurt the brass eyelet. And these eyelets come in different finishes. They have the brass, they have it's like the nickel plated. You can get them in black, and you can get them in like a gunmetal. They just add a nice touch. They give people some options. They want to put a lanyard on there, or even if you don't want to put a lanyard, it still just adds a nice touch of brass. I also have some, I've also got some buttons you can put on that look good. They add a nice little touch to it, kind of make it your own. So So you just die some more. Make sure you check your edges real good. Make sure it's all uniform. You can also get some black edging dye, but I just like to do mine. Make sure, you see this star, make sure you get the dye good in your stamping and around your thread. Get down inside, you know, get down inside here real good. It adds a nice finishing touch to it. You can also dye this piece and this piece separate and then sew it if that's what you'd like. You know, that's what I do, so that ain't no big deal. I do that sometimes, but these little pieces like this, it ain't no big deal. Just get down in there. So when you get that, you can just take your rag and kind of buff it a little bit. Move your dye out of the way, because, you know, I might knock it over. So just take it and rub it. Get you a nice, but you can see how it'll dry, so you can put another coat on it. And let it dry. One thing about this dye that I like, though, it just gives it a neat, finish. I mean, no two finishes are alike. You can just take and kind of wipe it like that. I said, let it dry. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stick my lighter back in it, because to form this stuff, and I should have went over that, you do a wet form. So the way I do it is I wet this pouch with the water, and then I'll take this and I'll just take it and kind of form it like this. You just kind of form it, and it puts you some pretty edge. And then while it's wet, you can just leave your lighter in it. You just leave your lighter in it, and it'll have that form to it, you see. And you just use this or anything like that. You can use a piece of deer horn, actually, just polish it smooth. But these burnishing tools are good. But just do that, and then you can see how it turns out. You see that button or that eyelet, it's nice and pretty and shiny. So I'll put another coat on this, let it dry. I'll let it dry for a few hours, and then I'll look at it and see what it does, how it looks, and then I'll take some leather. But it just gives it it's a good looking finish. It's just kind of rustic looking. But I'll once I do that, then I'll either take some beeswax or some leather cream or any kind of treatment. Take this right here, and you can, after it's dried, you take this and you can condition it. And you need any leather product, you need to condition it every so often. So that's the dye job. Now it'll dry and it'll lighten up some. And if you want another coat, put another coat on it. But this is just a Zippo lighter case. I'm going to make some that's got a belt case. This is one you can just slide down in your pocket, kind of protect your Zippo. And this one gonna be the same way. And I'm going to get it. This one's got a snap on it. I hadn't got this one sewn yet because I'm gonna do red thread. So, and I also do some wallets, some EDC wallets they look like this, but they're bigger. But it's a pocket wallet. You know, it's a minimalist wallet. You know, it's to put, you know, just carry some cards with you. couple cards, you know, debit card, your driver's license, and whatnot, just where you can carry them kind of as a minimalist. A lot of people don't like big wallets, and I don't either. I don't like a big wallet in my back pocket, so I got one that I made out of scrap, and I'll show you here in just a minute. You can get this, get the inside. Don't forget your inside, just because it's folded up. You need to get it. It's finished product. Makes it pretty. And there's all kind of colored dyes. You can even get blue and red, and which, you know, I'm not crazy about that. I got some green that looks good. And I'm gonna mix some dye, some brown dye with that green. And you can raise this up. I hadn't sewn this yet, so it's actually glue, but the glues came off, so I'm gonna glue down in here. One nice thing about when you glue it, it helps to hold it while you make your holes for your sewing. And just like I said, get your edges real good, okay? Get your edges real nice. Leatherworking's fun, and you make some good daily carry stuff, EDC stuff, or writing stuff, you know, notebooks. It's a good hobby. Plus, you can make money doing it. I sell stuff on my Etsy site. And you can't be afraid. You can't be afraid to, you know, to do any of this stuff. You just have to, you know, just go at it, and you'll learn as you go. You'll learn about stuff as you go. So this is what I'm gonna finish this up here, and then do the edges. See what's gonna happen here, and I'm gonna sew it once it dries. I'm gonna let it dry today, and be ready to sew. Like I said, it doesn't hurt the brass stuff. See, it just snaps. And so that's a dyeing technique, and I'm gonna cover some more. You can buy these different places. You can buy them on Amazon. I got these from Tandy. I've got a Tandy outlet store probably 10 miles from me, so I stop by there from time to time and get any supplies I need. And they usually have their leather. They usually have their leather on sale. And you can get a side of leather. And this is a side of leather right here. But I've used it. And this is vegetable tan leather. You can get a half a side or a whole side. And I usually buy it. I'll catch it on sale. And I'll buy it. I'll buy it like that. And it's good leather to work with. You know, it's what they make knife holsters, pistol holsters, journals. I mean, all kind of stuff. Make sure you don't forget to put your top on. Get you some, make sure you shake this before you use it up real good. Get you some plastic gloves, because this stuff will dye your fingers. Then you can take your rag. You have to have some old rags, you know, and you can take and shine it up, get it all prettied up. And then once you get done dyeing it, you can take, and I always take a little bit of beeswax, put it here, and then I'll burnish it. The burnishing just makes it look good and finished. It makes a nice, just a nice finished looking product. It kind of shines the edges up, and it makes a good looking product. And I'll show you this one on my next video. This one's finished unless I put another coat. I may put another coat of, but see how the dye, you know, I mean, no matter how you put it on, sometimes it'll be splotchy. And a lot of that has to do with the leather. You know, the tan leather. But as it dries, you can, you know, you can put a little bit on there and fill it in some more. They have some beautiful dyes at Tandy. You can order the dyes online also from different leather places. There's Weaver Leather. There's different leather places. So they also make a gel. And this is real pretty dye. This is medium brown. This is gel. You really gotta shake this up. But it's a medium gel. It's a Canyon Tan. Beautiful dyes. Bison brown. You just have to get some and try them. Here's an acorn brown, which is very pretty. Coal black. I don't use the black that much because I got some black leather, but sometimes I do. Fudge brown. It's a little darker. Violet, deep violet, because I made my granddaughter a little. She likes little trinkets in her purse. She's only 4 years old, so she wanted me to make her something. And of course, you know, me being me, I'm gonna make her something. I made my. Here's some forest green. This forest green's pretty. I sell some stuff with it. It's just a real pretty green. But I'm gonna mix some brown with this and see what I can get, what kind of color I can get. But I made my grandson it looks like this, but it's bigger. It's a wallet. It just snaps over. I made him that, and he loves it. So, but anyway, that's the staining. That's the way you stain. Like I said, get you some. You know, you can get for small items. You can get these. You can get the bigger ones for a bigger item, or you can use a sponge. I use a sponge a lot of times for the notebooks and stuff. You can get a sponge. So, you know, you can try different things. Make sure you get some gloves, okay? Just be patient with it because this stuff will have different finishes. And you can as it dries, you can add a little more. You can add a little bit more color to it. Don't be afraid. You know, don't be afraid to try stuff. Because this dye, you can see this dye is gonna dye different. Each item's gonna be different because, you know, the leather will soak it up more in one place than it does another. So don't be afraid to, you know, to do that. Once I get one coat on it, I don't do the circle stuff as much. But so that's the way you dye stuff. And I'm gonna show you a little bigger item that I've dyed. So let me get this and show you. This is the green. This is the green I showed you. That's black. I showed you the green. There's the forest green. And this is actually a turkey call holder. That's why I got holes in it. I got vent holes in it. You can just take your diaphragm calls and you can stick them right in there. I'm gonna make me one for this spring. And you can take them in there. You can snap it. And you can put your neck lanyard on it, piece of paracord or leather, and you're good to go. Got a turkey track on it. I got a turkey track stamp. And those are hard to find, but just got a nice snap to it. Just a good little item. So I'm gonna put this on my Etsy shop, by the way. But this is actually the black dye. Okay, with some orange string. Yeah, it looks like Halloween, but it's another one of those EDC organizers. You can stick your knives in, whatever you want. This is a large EDC organizer, and you can see compared. Well, here's two large ones, and I try to make them different. You know, like I said, everybody's got their own taste. You can see the small size. But I know people that carry these big ones, and you know, plus these big ones are good for your pack. If you want to have an organizer in your pack, this one has a lanyard on it. You know, I put beads on them. This one don't. This has got the zombie green, whatever you want to call it. But they'll hold. This one will hold a bigger flashlight and a bigger knife. So just different stuff for different folks. Billfold, minimalist billfold, credit cards and stuff. So, you know, just a lot of fun doing this. You know, if you like to do stuff. So anyway, that's the deal. Hope you enjoy the video. God bless you. Have a great Christmas, and have a great day. Be careful out there. If you like my channel, subscribe and leave a comment. Hit the bell. Thanks.